If you'd like to sponsor Still Got Game, give us a call at 773-527-2961 or email us at podcast@tooltoplay.com. Hey now! Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Still Got Game, episode 458. Still Got Game is the official podcast of tooltoplay.com. I am, as always, Derek D. Smooth Nolan.
And I am Roger Hitman Roken.
I am Chris Selden, 007 Selden.
And I'm James Yacht Dog Yacht.
And there's 4 of us tonight, guys.
Woo!
Welcome, welcome, welcome.
It's crazy.
I like when there's more people.
That's the general consensus of the audience as well, Selden.
Yes.
I'm sure it has nothing to do with when it's just you and I. It has nothing to do with you're the one that's with me. But
No, not at all.
No, it has everything to do with it. It's just you and me, and it's me as the second.
All right, well, we're back. We skipped last week because it was only going to be me and Selden. We protected you all. But now it's now we're back in force. So why don't we just jump right in the show proper and jump into the mailbag for feedback and questions from last week's show. And remember, if you want to leave us a voicemail, it will cut you off after a minute. Bianca 1993 comments. Okay. Even without the full cast last week, you hit an 8. I'd still like to have an episode with Electrify and Hitman.
It's fair enough.
Yeah. Well, we got
Can't disagree
Hitman.
with that.
We got half of that set up, and we hit an 8 anyway. So
I think an episode with just Hitman and Electrify would actually be a pretty damn good show.
It'll never happen.
yeah, that's like a unicorn accidentally stabbing another unicorn while teleporting. Yes, it just doesn't happen. So, but yeah, I'm glad you gave us an 8. Thanks, and we'll see what we can do. We'll do our best. All right, next up, Smokin' Cloves comments. You were so funny this show. When D-Smooth did his sponsors thing in that voice and Yontdog and Selden 007 reacted, holy smokes, bottle that comedy.
You can't bottle that.
No,
You can't capture that.
that was definitely organic. It's yeah.
The comedy of it was, the reading was just,
Oh, yeah. It was a bit rough.
Sometimes we gotta change things up, but thank you, Smoking Clothes, for the kind words. All right, next up, Play-Doh Kid asks, I hear you talk about past hosts sometimes. How many old hosts were there?
We don't talk about them.
I guess I probably should have figured this out beforehand, but just...
I mean, it's not that hard to figure out.
So it started out with
3.
Joel Dudai Rock Albert and Ebola
Code.
and Bliznot, which was 3. And then Code and I would come on remote once we figured out that technology. So that's 5 total. And then then that podcast died, and then it was brought back by me with me and Code. So that's still the same 5. And then Joel Dudai Rock Albert was on, still the same 5, and then Hit was on 6, and then Tiff 7, and Selden Yacht 8, 9.
So the answer to your question, Play-Doh, is 3 other hosts. 3.
Oh,
math is hard.
now that's also not counting guest hosts. Like there were sometimes that Jonah Falcon was on, there were sometimes that Dane Waterborne Tuluk was on. But those were like one-off guest hosts. But for regular staff, that it's 9 of us total. So, all right. Moving on. Altius asks, on the heels of the news that EA employees were selling FIFA in-game items directly to players, how widespread do you think this practice is in the industry? Now that someone has been caught, will we see new regulation?
I have no freaking clue about this.
I never would have thought that employees of a company would even have access to like
Be able to sell things like that?
like those like those.
How many times were you given a code to like something early or something that is exclusive from a friend?
Well, I
This
get
happens
tons
all
of
the
those.
time.
But these are like those like the
in-game
cards.
items.
The cards though. These things are like there's a secondary market for these. They're huge money. Like I would imagine that some of these things go for hundreds and hundreds of dollars.
Yeah,
Well, I know
especially, like,
I know
the-
some of the stuff that I got like went on eBay for like hundreds of dollars. Like, I
Okay.
could have like sold that, or the person could have sold that to those type of people.
Yeah,
I don't
but-
think this is like anything new, really.
So you think
Yeah.
that just every game, someone that works at the company is like,
I mean, this game's evolving to the point where there's like microtransactions for all items, but like this has been going on for a while now. It's just evolving into.
well, there we go. There was always a
Game specifics.
secondary market, but I don't ever recall hearing a story of someone at the company getting.
Yeah, but how many times is someone at a company giving you like something, like a code for something?
Yeah, but that's usually a PR person, and it's.
Yeah, that's giving a code out. That's
Yeah, but how many
that's
like
different than
times those
selling it.
people are like hoarding the code they're supposed to be giving out for promotion?
Yeah, I mean, there could be a stack of these cards sitting on a desk at the front of their office. They just grab like a couple dozen of them. They use a couple for themselves and then sell them off on eBay or something like that.
Well,
I don't think this is something new.
This,
Yeah, I
this
don't think
EA
this is new.
story though, this was because I hadn't heard this either. This was like brand new news, but this was like from it kind of like the Madden team thing, except this is the soccer version, and these were like super rare players that these people, things that should only show up once in the game, maybe twice based on the odds, and there's handfuls of these things out there because people that work for the company were providing them to people. So I don't know. I guess from what Hit's saying, this is probably pretty commonplace. It's just these people were dumb enough to get caught. So
Yeah, I don't think we're going to see any kind of new regulation about it. I don't think it's as widespread being caught.
If anything, it should be the company's
The company's internal
companies.
shit.
They're like, yo, why are you giving out this shit without our permission? But
yeah.
if they're already say a company gives their PR guy like, here's 100 codes, and the guy can only get rid of 50 of them. He's gonna hold on to those 50. Who do you think is gonna try to give those things out to? Like
You
hey,
can't
hey
sell
guys,
them.
you guys are my friends. You guys, $20. I'll give you one of these things. You want it? Cool.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know. It just.
I don't
seems
think
like-
there's some kind of underground black market pirate
Yeah. I
that
don't-
somebody's making millions of dollars off the EA by selling codes
All
on the
right.
side. I could be wrong, but
All right. Well, if anyone out there has ever bought a code from an employee at a company, let us know in the feedback. And
Yeah, but not even a code from you could be buying something off of like eBay or something. Like it could be an employee that has a whole bunch just getting rid of. We don't know. Like
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't think this is anything new, to be honest with you. I don't know much about it either, but
I don't think it's
know
that big of a problem either.
Yeah, well, I know it's the same thing with the graphics cards and stuff when people were buying all those up, and I mean last year a lot of people were buying up a lot of toys quickly because
Because they were
there
going to
was
sell.
yeah to sell them, and I mean think about the consoles too. A lot of people were buying consoles and still
Yeah.
spitting them out.
yeah, the only
I don't
people I
think
can
this is
see as
new.
having a problem with this is your Apple store or your Google store, where they're not getting their 30% of the cut.
No, I pulled up an article. EA apologized for this, and they said that somebody sent them screenshots of their employees offering to sell rare player cards for sums of cash ranging from $1,200 to $2,000.
Yeah, like that should be like a code of conduct violation for their employment. Like
Yeah.
it shouldn't be anything.
And then they should
like,
be
it needs to
sued.
be
That person's probably
regulated
sued
or
for
whatever.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like they're being bad employees by selling company assets.
Yeah,
Like
it's like you should be
it's-
fired.
yeah, it should just be
Yeah.
fired. Like that's as far as it needs to go. Like
Yeah.
I don't think there needs to be any like government regulations behind or anything. I don't think it's
No,
that big of an
I-
issue.
No.
Yeah, unless it was something changing the odds of loot boxes or something to that effect that there's already laws now for. But yeah, this is just straight up stealing from your company and selling it to someone.
Yeah.
All right. Well, good question, Altius. Thanks. And if any comments or questions, you can always give us a call, 773-527-2961, or email us at podcast@toolsplay.com. And on that, why don't we hop on over into what we're playing? Hit, what have you been playing this week, last week, since whenever we last saw you?
Just my regular Sea of Thieves. They were doing their events and stuff, keeping me busy. Warzone as usual with the crew. Halo Master Chief Collection. I've also been doing playtesting on those two new Halo 3 maps
Nice.
on the flight program they have.
Yeah, but-
Those
so I
maps
didn't-
are really cool.
I didn't get to check them out yet, but so you
Really
big
cool.
fan?
Yeah, I mean it's Halo 3, so and the maps are very good, well
Nice.
built. I went back to Apex a few nights ago and tried it out. Man, after playing a lot of Warzone, that game's really slow. Really slow. It's like going from Warzone to Halo. It's like
Yeah, it's you have to know the slide thing.
yeah, it's
You have
real
to be really
slow.
good at it
It's-
to
it
feel
took
like
me-
you're
it
actually
took me
moving
a while.
fast.
It took me a while to get used to. And then play a couple of VR games. I forgot the name like the game that I ended up getting, but it's just a sports VR game with like 12 different mini games in it.
Oh, nice.
It's kind of cool. I like it. It's a good VR game.
Kind of like Wii Sports, but in VR.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
Wii Sports, but like VR and
I
Yeah,
heard
like
that was a way that
basketball,
everyone would
tennis.
understand what you were talking about.
yeah, the sports Wii U sports thing. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
perfect. Yeah, good. Yeah, and that was it. What about you guys? What have you guys been playing?
Personally, I've been playing a crap ton of Valhalla still. Still chugging through that game. It's a good game. I'm enjoying it. Can't complain. Other than that, played a little Dirt 5 and Madden 21 as they came on the market on the Game Pass. So just nothing that's going to keep my attention very long. I can't. I try to get into Madden, but there's just so many bells and whistles on the sides of all the different things that they've added to the game over the years that just don't interest me. I'd rather just get in and play a football game and be done.
You want to go back to like dumb mode, like some older Madden mode. that only
Technical.
has, like
Yeah.
call your
Super technical.
call your
Well, that's
receiver and pass, and that's it. Yeah.
They have this whole like I don't even know what kind of mode it was called, but it was basically you have to go through certain steps to learn how to run plays, and then you can earn bonus people that you have to swap them on your. I was like, I'm done. Just let me play football.
Yeah,
But-
those games have gotten more complex over the years. Like everything from like doing stuff with your receiver that you have to like instead of just the old days where you pick the receiver, he's open, you just catch it. But now it's like you have to fine tune the catch or find like, dude. I hear you.
I was just waiting for it to start popping up for me to buy like designer gloves or shoes, and I was like, ugh. But anyways, other than that, over on the PC, I played a little bit of Escape of Tarkov and World of Tanks, and went back to that a little bit.
Yeah.
Played a little VR myself, the poker, and then I spent a couple minutes in Climb 2, which is a phenomenal game. So
Hold on, poker?
yeah, World's Poker VR in VR.
Is it at crossplay? Can we play that together?
Yeah, we could probably play that together.
We should do that.
Yeah, definitely. I'd definitely get.
That's one thing I didn't like about that VR game your son was playing. It's closed off.
Oh,
I can't
so-
play, can't play it on Steam.
Yeah, Echo
Oh, that
VR is
sucks.
just a Oculus. Yeah, it's just a Oculus game. So
Yeah, that sucks.
But
Not a fan.
other than that, just my mobile game Puzzles and Empires.
nice.
How about you? Yeah.
I've been playing a lot more games with my kids lately. I haven't really been gaming a whole bunch, but my kids have been wanting my time. So I've been playing some Minecraft Dungeons. Played a little Warzone Zombies with my son. Played
Oh
a little
yeah, let's
Destiny
talk
with my
about
son.
that. What do you think about what they're doing with the zombies?
It's interesting. I actually like it better than it's not so closed off. It's actually more open world, which I like that portion of it.
Yeah, I like that new game mode. Yeah, it's kind of fun. Me and my
It's more
buddies are
open
playing
world,
that.
so you don't have to like follow the paths or open doors to go to certain areas.
Right.
You can go do stuff, kill zombies yourself, level up, and do things, but then still do things as a team. So
Yeah.
I like it. Actually, it makes it more of an aspect of where I would put zombies in than what the other ones. You're very closed off. It's all corridor based. You
Yeah.
have to open a door to go to the next section, and then the next section. Like keep earning money. So it was cool. And you get to warp to different maps too. So you get to use technically all the maps, which was pretty cool.
What do you think about what they're doing in Warzone with the zombies?
I haven't played
Oh.
that portion of it. I just played zombies.
So what they did for the Warzone is they had like for like weeks there was like this ship that you could see off in the distance that was like slowly coming, and like there was like a storm above it, and eventually after like weeks it's crashed into the side of like where prison is in
Yeah.
port, and is now like a new location on the map. But they had zombies on board. So like what they're like the story was.
Are they still there?
Yeah, so like you would go there. There's a
Might check it
terminal. You activate it, and it shoots you like 50 zombies, and if you kill them all, the last one will drop a key card that opens a special chest with like shit in it, like good shit. And you can do that as many times as you wanted to risk doing something like that, because everyone in the map can see you. And then so that was
a lot
like
of people dropping there.
Yeah, it became like the new spot. It was like there's a lot of like,
I was gonna say it seems like
a lot of memes and shit. Yeah, tons of memes about it. And then this last week, all of a sudden, there's a new one in prison. So like zombies are now in prison. It's like, okay, so is this what they're gonna do now? Is this how they're gonna blow up the map? There's a lot of rumors that they're gonna blow up the map at the end of the season.
Yeah,
and it looks like from like data mining and the way zombies and stuff are going right now, it looks like they're gonna end up nuking the map because zombies end up like overtaking the whole map. So
I mean it's a new catch with it. If that's the case. I mean that's kind of cool.
Yeah, we'll see if that's what that ends up happening.
Little long in the tooth to get to this point, but
yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, it's a long con there with
I'll check it out. Definitely, I played that, and like I said, Minecraft Dungeons a lot because my son. And so the game has a glitch, and I don't know if you guys heard about this. So Minecraft Dungeons has a glitch. For some reason, sometimes the game will reset your character back halfway. It's not essentially halfway, but it's like halfway. So he was at level 90, and he got set back to level 50.
That sounds like a pretty shitty glitch.
That sucks.
Yeah. So I've been helping him try to get back. He's like level 85 now, so I've been helping him get back to that level. He was pretty upset too. So
tears were flowing.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He was upset. So it's like, Daddy will help you. We'll play it together and do stuff.
Tell him he's got to start playing more Tarkov.
He's not old enough to play Tarkov. Nice. He wouldn't.
But you know what I mean, like the whole like permanent dying
reset.
Reset every moment. Yeah,
that'll sober you up. Yep.
Yeah, but he's not that type of gamer either. He likes the Mario type, like the Nintendo Switch type games, like the Mario type games. He loves that kind of like Smash Brothers and things like that. My other son plays a lot of the first-person shooters. He plays a lot of Destiny and Halo, Apex, and he actually picked up Anthem too. He's like, since it's free, I'm gonna play it, Dad. Wow. So it's like, fine, go ahead and play it. I mean, he's a kid, he enjoys it. He'll play it for a couple days and then he'll get bored and his buddies
forget about it like everybody else.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much.
Just like the company that made it.
Hey, we did talk.
We gave up. We'll just wash our hands of it. It's cool.
Yeah. Ow.
Yeah, and then just playing Top Wars on my phone just because I can.
Nice.
How about you, Derek?
Well, not a whole lot of games. It's been a busy couple weeks at work, but the little time I had, I played some more of the Spider-Man, but mostly mobile shit. Did my Harry Potter Wizards Unite, did a little Pokemon Go, and then Toon Blast in my spare time. But yeah, it's just been a busy couple weeks, and not to mention, there's a shitload of awesome content coming on HBO Max, on fucking Disney Plus. Like, there is so much content to absorb right now that it's
HBO is like buying all the movies, which is crazy.
Everybody's just putting out that they're like, oh, theaters are fucked. Sure, here, have this fucking first run movie. And
they're the only ones really doing it, which is kind of smart of them, that they're really actually pushing, like, getting the released on HBO Max, which is kind of smart. I'm surprised. I know why Disney hasn't
shit of them.
Yeah,
but I understand why hasn't Netflix jumped on that game. Like, Netflix could jump on that. That would be
Netflix doesn't have. They're not producing movies for theaters like Disney is and like Warner Brothers is. Warner Brothers.
Yeah, but I'm saying they could buy the HBO's, like, HBO's going in and buying those rights to be able to have those as a release. I'm saying Netflix should go in there and do that. Same thing probably with Disney. Disney should probably do that with Hulu and have some of those. Why not? It's gonna make they're charging $20. They're $20-$30 for a
Yeah,
like
we paid
one
30
night
bucks
thing.
for it's not one night. You get it for 30 days. But we paid the 30 bucks for Raya and the Last Dragon. Like I'll pay for
Here's
all
that
these.
we word again.
Yeah.
I bet you Tiff has no idea.
No, she absolutely has an idea. We all watched it together as a family that night.
Yeah.
But
She
like,
watched it, but she didn't know how much it cost.
no,
Yeah,
she knew exactly.
She doesn't
much it
know
cost.
how it got on the TV. She just
No,
started watching it.
we
We
all-
know the truth.
This is
We
cool.
all have agreed that this is if
We
if-
again.
If
We,
what it
there's
takes,
that we again. Yeah.
you guys are assholes. If what it takes is to keep buying these things for 30 bucks, and that means I will get every future Disney movie day and date in my fucking house instead of going to a theater, I'll pay the 30 bucks every time.
I know it's so much cheaper. You take two people when it's $30, but if you have a whole family, it's like $90.
Yeah, the
And you don't have
girls
to buy
are off at
popcorn.
school, but they're still Tiff and I and two boys. That's like,
Yeah.
and we have a giant movie theater popcorn maker in the room. Like,
Yeah.
like
That's what I'm saying. Like you can. It's not quite the same as a theater, but you can get pretty close, and the cost is like so much less.
yeah, like, that's why, like I said, I don't mind paying that 30 bucks. It's no big deal.
Yeah.
So keep them coming, Disney, and I'll keep paying you, and as long as I get all my Marvel movies this way in the coming year. So, all right. Well, on that, why don't we hop on over into the new releases? And it's a shit time for new releases. This time there's only one. It is Monster Energy Supercross, the official video game for. Obviously, Monster not big into naming games. Because this is, they just
I don't
name
know
it
what to
like
say.
everything else that has a sponsorship. It's
Yeah.
out for the X and S, the PS5, and the PC. Not my style of game. It looks pretty okay, but I'm not going to go play a Supercross game, and I don't think any of you guys are either.
They
Yeah,
should
the
just
only
call
one I
it
think I've
Monster
ever bought is-
Supercross instead of Monster Energy Supercross. Like, come on. That's like those Burger King games you used to be able to get from Burger King.
Sneak King.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like that's about as bad as that is right there.
Nope. All right. Well, on that, why don't we hop on over into gaming news? First story! Canadian Game Awards appoints Roger Hitman Roken to selection committee. I talk about this story myself, but I think this is one of the first stories we've had that involves someone on our staff, so maybe I'll let Hit talk about this a little bit.
Congratulations, by the
I
way.
mean,
Yeah, man, good job.
Thank you. I don't know what to say.
I accept this award. I thank my mother, my father.
Well, I
I
mean,
mean,
what can you say at this point? You can't talk about what you guys selected to go to the.
yeah, I
Those
think
are-
they
those are all
they
showing. Yeah, they announced them all.
announced them today.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I wasn't allowed to talk about anything. Like while I was on it when I got chosen.
That's why you were so not on the show.
Yeah, and we had a lot of meetings around that time, and like, yeah, I was just I've been a bit busy couple of weeks with that shit. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what else much to say. Like, yeah, we there was a group of us. We got to choose. We had to look for Canadian games to acknowledge and shit, which on its own is very difficult. Especially VR. I mean, we had a hard time with the VR section.
Well, there's a lot of there's so many game studios. Like Ubisoft has Montreal, and like there's a lot of game studios up in Canada at this point. So.
Yeah, like there's a lot of games I didn't know that were Canadian or people. Like Jeff Knightley's. I didn't realize he was Canadian,
Nope.
and he got nominated for personality.
Sounds about right.
Yep.
Yeah, he actually retweeted the tweet today.
Nice.
Oh,
I
that's
was
cool.
like, that was very cool.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I saw you pimp the show as part of your title card too. Co-host, still got game. Yep.
Yeah, they asked me like what I should put like as like an important stat. Like the only thing I could think of is like I stream on Twitch, YouTube partner. I'm on a podcast, and I done gaming events and stuff in the past, tournaments and stuff.
Nice.
So yeah, and that's what they went with, and I like completely outclassed. Like a lot of those people that were on the selection committee. I'm just like, oh my god, like
Who is this guy?
especially the first day that we all met up and started talking, like we introduced ourselves and like, hi, I'm a Twitch streamer, I'm partnered, I got like 1 million people, and I'm like, oh shit, like okay. And then another one was I'm on the Halo 5 Halo Infinite esports manager, and I'm like, oh my god, like some of these people are just like, what the fuck, like what am I doing here? But they were all really cool, and
And you did your jobs.
yeah, we chose our games, we did our research. So you want to check it out? I guess I gotta pimp them. What is it on Twitter and social media? There's CG Awards.
CGA
Awards.
CGAME Awards.
Yeah.
CA.
Yeah, check them out. Yeah, if any Canadian fans out there, yeah, see who we ended up nominating, and then now we have a whole bunch of people that are judging. A lot of big names.
Nice.
I don't know if I'm now allowed to announce who's the judge. Actually, now that I think about it, I don't think that's been announced.
All right.
Yeah,
so
don't
stop.
don't ruin it.
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
stop.
so I won't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next
But,
story.
there are a lot
no
of
better time.
No, there are a lot of big names on there. A lot of people that I recognize myself. Like I kind of nerded out with some of them.
Nice.
Yeah, we got a like whole Discord thing going on right now.
Great. Now we have 2 of them that are going to start name dropping. Great.
No. I mean, no,
Tell them I quit.
Yeah.
You're alone.
it's been an interesting. It was an interesting process. I got to learn a lot about game companies and stuff in Canada, and
Nice.
yeah, it was fun. Yeah.
Hey, if you ever want to get them, if you want to have them come on the show, just let us know. We could always use a couple interviews to, bring people on.
We'll
It's like
see.
no thanks.
I didn't think about it, but maybe.
Keep
They're
those
still
ties.
they're still really relatively new. This is their second
year.
Yeah, they're getting better every year, and
Nice.
who knows, man? Maybe Jeff Knightley might get involved now that he retweeted them. I don't know.
Mhm.
That'd be kind of cool if that's some sort of partnership.
We could
It just
start the ball
helps
rolling,
everybody,
bring 'em-
right? Yeah, it helps everybody. So yeah.
Yeah.
All right, next story. This goes to one of you guys.
I'll take one.
Thanks.
I'll take it. More unannounced Xbox games are coming this year, says Microsoft. So before we get into
What does
the
that
a
even
little
mean?
more, yeah, what does it mean? Come
We
on,
have
guys, what does it mean?
Games are
Um,
coming. What
I
game?
mean, let's just talk about it in general before we kind of get into the story a little bit. What do you guys think? Do you think we need content?
Yes.
I laugh because that's we're all like, you look at our game list and what we're playing, we're all like still playing games that are old.
Or on the PlayStation, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's nothing that we're just like really indulging in that's new.
Everyone that I know that has a next gen console is like, why do I have a next gen console?
Yeah, I kind of feel the same way too. I
Yeah.
mean, I'm glad I have it, but again, I'm like, why
I need
do
something
I
to
have
play.
it?
Yeah, like we need something to play on this thing.
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
I mean,
Yeah.
I partially bought it because I wanted to play Halo Infinity, which obviously they dropped that name in this coming later this fall, but still I'm skeptical on that. It's nice to see that they're actually saying there's stuff coming that we don't know about.
I don't want Halo to come out this year. This is unpopular opinion.
No, that is unpopular because everyone else wants it fucking now.
Well,
I
just because
just
everybody
don't-
wants something.
Doesn't
So,
yeah.
We've given them an extra year plus.
I don't think it's gonna be enough.
It's not going to be ready.
I don't think
No.
it's gonna be as like, that's why I'm like, man, just take some more time, man. 2022. Like, I'm okay with that.
I
don't know.
think with all the new studios, especially with Bethesda being bought, I think that they have probably had a games in the background that they've been working on before this, because they knew this process was going to happen. Because we have another story that we can talk about in a bit. That talks about how essentially there's a reason why Microsoft bought them, and it's going to be bringing a lot more games to their console itself.
Who?
So,
Bethesda.
Yeah.
Bethesda?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, yeah, like one of Microsoft's biggest holes is their studios. Like they don't have any games. That's what they're known. They're like known to have no games.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why this made total sense for them to get Bethesda.
Yeah.
It'll definitely bolster their Game Pass stuff. They should keep buying more.
Yeah. No, I think.
Yeah, I saw the rumor pop up
agree.
today about Microsoft once again. That rumor about Microsoft is supposed to buy out Sega to
No,
boost their
yeah,
Japanese sales.
Yeah, we'll
I'm like,
see.
Until
Yeah.
that thing's in ink and the money's changed hands, I'm not going to believe that rumor.
Or
Yeah.
buy Discord.
Oh,
Oh, I know. That'd be a slam dunk for them.
no. All I know is that this doesn't surprise me at all. Like, it's not like when we saw those events last year where they announced all these games that were coming this year that they were going to talk about every game that was coming this year. That's not what you do. So, yeah, I expected more games to come that were unannounced, and they will.
When do you think they'll announce these games, though?
My guess
E3.
is during the fake E3 time frame.
Yeah, fake E3.
Yeah.
Yep.
And do you think these games will actually come out this year,
Absolutely.
or do you think we'll get the normal like?
I think it's
oh,
50-50, 50% in the end of the year going
Yeah.
into the holiday season.
Oh, I think
and-
Halo is 100% coming out.
Halo's.
oh
100
yeah,
no,
that
no,
one's.
Kid,
yeah,
I'm talking about
I just don't
the
want them
unannounced
to.
games. For the unannounced, 50% of those will come out this year, probably by holiday season. The other 50% will come out the beginning of next year, prior to E3 2022. So, yeah. All
I
right.
really don't want Halo to come out this year.
I don't know. Super unpopular opinion, repeated twice. 3 times. Yeah.
Like, it's so much riding on that game, man. Like, that's the one thing I told the esports guy. I'm like, don't fuck this up, man. There's a lot of fucking riding on this. I don't want to know nothing about this game. Just make sure you guys do it right.
Nice.
It's too much, man. I don't want Halo to die.
No, neither do I. All right, next story.
I'll take it. We alluded to this one earlier. Bethesda deal is about delivering great exclusive games. This goes a little bit against what Microsoft came out last year saying that they want to bring games to everybody, everywhere. This is now coming around saying that, well, the main reason we bought Bethesda is because we want to bring exclusive first-party games
We
directly
want to
to
bring
the Xbox
gamers
platform.
to Xbox.
Yeah,
I think we all knew
this
that
didn't surprise any of us. No.
No,
Yep.
it's standard PR. Like people are upset, so like, oh, it's okay,
We're not
guys,
gonna
don't
fuck you
worry,
over.
nothing. Yeah, and then when you start forgetting a little bit, yeah, well, yeah, you might not see these, and like I don't know, there's nothing new.
No, this is good, cool news though that Phil Spencer like just dropped his EP out there and said this because it's what everybody feared that wasn't an Xbox gamer, and then he was like, "No, don't sweat it. We're gonna take care of you all. You're all gonna have all these games forever." And he's like, "Well, these are our exclusives."
Well,
They also had to say stuff like that because some of the games are exclusives to the other guys. So like,
Yeah, for a
don't want
time
to freak anybody out.
Yep.
You don't want to freak anyone out right away. So
Yeah, he's quoted in the article. He says, obviously, I can't sit here and say every Bethesda game is exclusive because we know that's not true. There are
Yeah.
contractual obligations that we're going to see through, which
Yeah,
we always
there we
do in every one of our of these instances. So
Yeah.
obviously, it's like, yeah, we know we got to give them the short rope to let them, have the games that they signed exclusive already. So
But either way, this is good news for Xbox gamers. So
definitely
Yeah.
going forward.
I forget what I was going to say. I was going to say something too, but I forgot. So that's okay.
oh, you can say it to the next story. Next story. It doesn't want one. I'll take this one then. We'll take Bungie says go have fun with Destiny 2's 12-person raid glitch. So
Why isn't that the story that you
Because-
take?
because I didn't want any of you guys to have it. So apparently Destiny 2 had some kind of fucking brokenness to it. What a surprise. Where instead this was something that a fire team of 3 was supposed to go into. But somehow it was massively broken, and you can get 4 fire teams of 3 into it, which obviously made it fairly easy compared to how it should have been. Yeah, and they're just like, so I'm reading between the lines here because they're like, have fun with it until we fix it. But really, my thought is they're like, how do we fix this? Just
No, okay. So
Yeah, like
I know
have
you've
fun
been
until we
out of
can
this
fix
for a
it.
while, Smooth, but
That game's been
this is-
broken for a while.
yeah, that they've had that glitch for a long time.
Yeah.
There's been so many of those 3-man things that you can jump into an instance together as with all your buddies. So I'm not surprised that this is. I mean, part of me thinks they just kind of left it in the game just to see if people would keep doing it. If they'll fix it, I don't. Who knows? I mean, at this point, they're just trying to get people to play their game and make news. At this point, you know,
they made the news.
yeah. So
I'm still not playing their game though.
yeah, or will we?
No, we know.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. Thanks.
No shocker.
All right, next story.
All right. Video game consoles surpass 50 billion in spending in 2020. So this is no shocker because we all talked about this because of the fact that 2020 everybody was locked down. So people were not by any means stopped spending money. They just spent more on stuff like this.
50 billion's a lot of money, though.
I mean, it is considering they were up 19% over 2019. So, which is pretty big.
Yep.
But it is a new console release. So, I mean, I don't know how I feel about the 19% increase from 2019. That seems like a weird stat to me, but I'll go with it.
Well, the number
you
one
know.
selling console sells every year, and it also sold a shitload in 2019. That's the Switch, in case you weren't following.
Yeah, but
So
I'm looking at the graphic on the article. It looks like the percentage of hardware sales actually decreased slightly from 2019 to 2020,
Oh,
with
that-
software increasing just slightly to make up that difference. So hardware percentage wise took a hit, it looks like.
that graph is awful, by the way, Sullivan. It is
I know,
so dumb.
It's not one that I would publish as being an analyst myself.
It doesn't look like you can't. There's no. So how do you go from? I know they're trying to make 100% of this graph, okay, for each year, but how do you go from showing that this is so the percentage started at 29% and went to 90%? Like that's kind of a dumb graph.
Yeah.
Like, come on, Kama Sutra, get your act together with your graphic design people, because that's just dumb.
Well, I will tell you this though, 50 billion. Like I recall not too many years ago that we did the story, game spending crossed the 10 billion mark this year,
Yeah.
and that this is fivefold over that. This is starting to become like an exponential growth curve versus a linear curve at this point. So if nothing else, I think this says a lot about the future of the games industry.
Well, and we'll give some of the stats here. Sony led the pack with 50% of all game spending. And then let's see, the Switch was up to 31% of the consumer spending, which is good for them.
Oh, they could have been higher if they were available too. Remember at the beginning of the pandemic, you couldn't even get them?
Yeah. And then Microsoft was roughly 23% of the 53.9 total spend.
Yeah, that's not surprising.
So, which is, and a lot of that, and a lot of this is what we were arguing with Hit about. A lot of that attributed to the Xbox Game Pass in the subscriptions. So,
He probably forgot he argued against that.
yeah.
Well, what? What are I arguing?
you didn't think Game Pass was a system seller.
Yeah. They're up
I don't-
23% because
Sure,
it's saying
that's what I
because
was
of the
trying to
game
say,
was
though.
because of the Game Pass and the Ultimate Game Pass subscription sales. So
Hit doesn't agree.
I'm gonna be with it. I don't know if that's how he stands his.
Yeah, I don't think
opinion
that's how
either.
I stance my opinion on Game Pass.
it wasn't about the Game Pass. We were saying that services are the thing that are going to be start selling consoles, and you can already see an increased rise there because of the Game Pass. It was the whole point of our argument. I know we were all on this. We weren't all
Yeah.
on the same page when we were
We
talking
were,
about
we were
it.
all on
but-
the same page that Game Pass is good, but Hit didn't. I believe what Yant is referring to is that you didn't think that Game Pass would be a system seller hit, that wasn't enough to get people to buy an Xbox over a PlayStation.
I don't know. I don't remember what I was trying to convey. I don't think it was exactly that, but sure.
Either way, it
close.
doesn't matter. It's in the past. We can be like, we all said this and we were all right.
Yeah, we,
All right. See,
essentially we were.
now I
Because I mean, you were right. Because I mean, Sony still owns the console war by far.
I mean,
so.
yeah, like numbers wise, yeah, Game Pass is doing great for Microsoft, but it's still not getting people to come over.
Well, again, it goes back to what we talked about just a few minutes ago. They
Yeah.
don't have enough games.
Yep.
Like, it's good that they added that stuff. They might get a
Yeah.
little bump in it. I mean, Sony's still winning.
Yeah, but I mean, the
Um,
hardware sales is still hard to judge because
soon
nobody
you're
can
not
get either one. So
Yeah, and soon, like you might not even need a console, like
Yeah.
for where it's heading. Like as long as you have a browser,
Yep. It's true.
like it goes
Yeah.
back to what I was saying before. Like you're not really enticing people to get new console and new hardware if you're giving people way too many options. Like way too. I've been saying that forever.
Yep.
Like, why do I need to get a Series X if I can play Halo Infinite on my current Xbox?
Yep.
Or now
or on your PC.
I can play it. I can play it on my iPad. You know, like, oh, really? So I don't even need I can get an Xbox stick that plugs into my TV.
Yeah.
Oh, my TV has an app on it now that I don't even need.
I don't even need
You
a
know,
code.
like,
Yeah. My controller goes Bluetooth to my TV now. Yeah.
Can I
Like,
do the
how-
next story? Because this might add into this.
Sure.
Yep.
You go ahead and finish what you're saying, and I'll add into it.
No, go ahead.
Okay. no, really. Amazon's new Alexa app runs directly on your Xbox. So, I mean, this is kind of similar to what we're talking about. So, I mean, just think about that. You have the app on your TV. You already have an Alexa app on the newer TVs. You just say, Alexa, bring up Xbox app. Now you're playing the game. So, I mean, this proves that we're one step closer with integrating all kinds of, first of all, voice assistant is like becoming a huge thing for the AI portion of homes now.
Yep.
Which is, I think it's great. I think Microsoft this is definitely hit pretty good for them. Except for this this goes back to Xbox turn off.
But see, it was so ahead of its time.
It was.
That was the
Yes.
beginning of it all.
Yes.
Yeah, it was really it was to some extent.
Once they blew that service up, we no longer have any Kinects on these TVs. But like even when we switched to the Xbox One X, like I bought 2 of those adapters to carry the Kinects over because we used all that voice integration for a long time.
Can you use that adapter on the Series X and still plug in your Kinect or no?
Did I say Series X? I meant Xbox One X.
No, but I'm curious. Like, can you plug that thing
No,
in?
I can't.
Don't.
It won't. It
no.
won't work.
You can't. No, there's no plugs in the back of it for that.
No, there
It's
wasn't.
USB.
There was. Yeah, there wasn't in
Yeah, it's
the
converter
Xbox
to-
One X.
Yeah,
That's
with
why we had to
the
buy
adapter.
the adapter.
Yeah, you get the adapter. You didn't have to buy it. You just have to show proof that you have one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well.
And they say in the article that this Alexa app will be actually rolling out in the coming days. I don't know what that means, but
It'll probably hit the test flights first and then start to
Yeah.
roll out to the regular
so I
flights.
mean it's coming soon.
Well-
And then some of the voice commands here, obviously turn off your console, launch your favorite game, check for new games on Game Pass.
So I'm assuming all those are via your headset, Mike. They have to be. Because that was kind of the last step they took before the death of Kinect, is they enabled all of those Kinect features, voice features, using your headset mic. Remember?
They got rid
Yeah.
of the headset commands.
I think they deprecated all the Xbox blah commands.
That sucks. That's why I wanted to know. Like, could I still plug in my Kinect and use it as a microphone, like camera? Is that like any of the secondary functions from those things? Are they
It
usable?
says some of these commands that Amazon says will pull up items within the Xbox UI on your TV. So, I mean, I'm trying to read the article right now. I'm sorry I didn't read it beforehand. I just saw it and I was like, this would be good for what we're talking about. It doesn't really.
How dare you?
This says
I
Xbox
know.
Series X.
How
won't
dare I
support
not read
Kinect
the
hardware
articles
or
beforehand?
games.
Hit.
Yeah. Yeah. So to answer your question, Xbox Series X won't support Kinect hardware or games.
Yeah.
So that was the end of.
So it says you need an Alexa X Echo or a compatible Alexa device nearby to receive the commands to relay to link to your Xbox. There you go.
We already had that though.
So
We had
yeah, but they have
can-
more.
your
They
phone
have
can
more
run the-
commands about
Ah,
Can I plug in a microphone into the Xbox, like say a Yeti or something? USB?
not currently, no.
Why?
Because I think that was a feature they announced that was coming.
Yeah,
But-
it doesn't.
How is it any
the
different?
drivers.
How is it any different from plugging in an Astro though?
Because it's the Astro
The drivers.
is mimicking and going to Xbox's spec for their headset protocol. Like it recognizes that it's there and not.
Now,
in
you
your
can
PC.
plug in headphones, you can plug in mice, you can plug in.
You can plug in webcams
Keyboards.
now.
Yeah, but the
that's what I
keyboard
mean.
mouse thing.
Like, can I plug in a webcam into it? Like, can I
Yeah.
plug in a USB device and it
Yeah,
works?
the webcam has been part of the Xbox since like
So
probably
then
a year
that
and
has
half,
a
2 years
microphone
ago.
in it. So will the microphone work on it, or is it
Oh,
only?
I thought
know,
it
we
was
should
only the
test it.
webcam, but someone should test it.
I mean, that's like
someone that's bought
if you're-
every
if you're-
webcam in the last 5 years.
if you could, if you
I don't know.
can-
Do we know that person? Is it we
If
back
you're-
to that person
if
again?
you're plugging in a webcam, you're probably gonna plug it in because you want to use it as a
Sure.
webcam, right?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
when a
Twitch stream.
webcam is something that's video and audio. You just assume that both of them work.
Well, you could literally test this in so little time.
I don't have a Series X.
Oh, except for the fact that you didn't
Yeah.
buy the console.
At least not yet. Stay tuned to the after show for more info.
All right, no, spoilers. All right, let's save that juicy nugget. All right, next story. Oh, I'll take one. After an uneven 7 months, Marvel's Avengers is making its XP grind even grindier. All right.
Ugh.
So I'm not going to get any details of this story. This game blows. They didn't pay for the likenesses, and that's why the grind.
That's what's wrong with this game.
Yeah,
that's
it's not.
what's wrong
It's not
with
about what they're just saying here. They're making it even grindier,
All
which
right.
is
So
like
people
a Destiny
complained about.
garbage move.
Yeah, people complained about the grind. They compared it to Destiny, and then they were like, "Oh, we're only on par with Destiny." Oh, hold my beer, and then and now they have made it that much worse. And obviously, they saw that people were, and this is how this always happens. They think that they've got a flow for the game that's going to make the game last a certain amount of time. People, even though it's already grindy, people are hammering through the content, and they're like, "Oh, well, let's slow this down." And there's nothing more popular among gamers than someone being like, let me make your game more annoying. And we saw this at the beginning of Destiny, remember?
Yeah.
Like, in one of
Well,
those first, 7 major changes that happened in the original Destiny, they were like, oh, people don't like going to find all these flowers and all this bullshit. Let's make it faster. Then they accidentally made it too fast, and they were like, whoa, let's bring this back a little bit.
Well,
And,
then they made it way too grindy, and that's not the problem. The problem is it's not the fact that there's not enough content there. So even if people are out there grinding those flowers or whatever, they're grinding. You don't have enough content, so they were getting to the end game too quickly.
Yep.
So they thought, let's try to slow it down, and that's not what you need to do. You need to be coming out with new content for somebody else to eat, like smaller tidbits, instead of launching these anymore. It's these big launches of DLCs need to go away. It needs to be these trickle out little contents coming.
little piecemeal it. Yep.
Yeah,
Remember
like the
when we used to
seasons
pay
are
for
actually kind
DLC?
of becoming a good
Oh,
idea
yeah.
for a lot of these things. Because the season can last, a month or so, and that's enough for people to grind and get what they need to do. People will come back to the season and play that and get their grind and do what they need to. And then it just keeps drawing people in. It gives them new stuff to do. That is the problem. It's not. Let's don't make the main game more grindier. That's just dumb.
Well, if we don't need this at all. Like, this is what we've all become accustomed to. Is they were like, let's take World of Warcraft and apply it to shooters. No, remember when we used to just play Halo and we played the same fucking maps all the time? Then they'd come up with a map pack and we'd all pay money for it, and then we'd have new maps and we'd play the new maps and the old maps, and then they would repeat the same thing a few months later. And we didn't need like this long form fucking narrative bullshit. Just give me fucking Team Slayer, fucking throw me some new maps every couple months, and I don't give a shit. End of story. Done.
Done.
All right.
I'm glad we all agree. Thanks, guys.
Yes.
that was the best. All right. Next story.
All right, I'll grab this one. Halo Infinite will allow you to push enemies off the game's ring. It's part of the game's more sandbox design ethos, it says. They came out and said that the game is not going to be a complete sandbox, open up the world where you can go wherever you want at any point. There is going to be some kind of driving force getting to it.
Boo.
But they said that you're still going to be able to fly from one section to another without having to walk through areas and stuff like that. But the big announcement that they said is, I guess they got some kind of you can knock people off the edge of the map. I see myself falling off the side of the map more
without
often.
even anyone near you. I can see that too. Yeah.
I see me in a ghost or a warthog just going right off the edge.
Yeah. Oh,
Just-
yes. Yeah.
Like,
I've already, as soon as this story came out, I already envisioned they're selling.
hey, somebody in a pelican, come get me.
And not even just once. Like, then you would respawn and it would happen again almost immediately. Yeah. Yep.
So I want to see how this works in the game as it plays through. I don't think this is a big highlight. I think they're giving us some what they think positive news as they take away some other functionality.
They announced such weird things for that game, man. This is why I say 2022,
and
man.
It's funny part is like pushing the game. So it says like, out of pure luck, he pushed the coveted tank over the edge. Okay, you know what makes me think that right off the bat? It makes me think about how people used to glitch Borderlands. They used to push some of the bosses over the edge. Or wait. In Destiny 1, the very first raid we got. I can't even think of the name of the raid. They pushed the guy off the end.
Vault of Glass. Yeah.
Yeah, Vault of Glass. Yeah. Like, why is this a thing? Like, I don't understand.
I feel like I don't know why this is a story. Like,
I don't either.
I don't know why they felt like they had to tell us that this is something that's in the game. Like,
they're trying to be very transparent.
It's been in the game for a while, like forever. Like, some maps had edges and you could drive over it, or you could push. Like, he's bearing at me in a warthog. Move out of the way. Phew! He goes off the map. Like that. Yeah. It used to happen all the time.
Yep.
Not on maps like Blood Gulch, but like some of the maps are outside at cliff edges.
Yeah.
I don't know why this is a story.
I don't either. Let's move on.
Sorry, not even a story.
I think they're just trying to keep people's interest in somewhat of.
Yeah, I just think that
it's just a lot of things they've been announcing lately. It's just like, this is weird. Like, what do you like? What?
There's going to be guns. Oh, okay, sweet. Halo's gonna have guns, guys. Oh, they did say
like
it's not
no dual wielding. They're taking the shotgun out. It's like, why? Yeah. What are you doing?
Maybe
is this Halo anymore?
Just shut the fuck up until it comes out.
Yeah, just shut up. Yeah, just shut up and release the game. Like, I don't know. It's weird.
Nice.
2022, man. Please.
All right. Next story.
2024.
All right, I'll take one. Halo's Master Chief TV show actor won't try to replicate Steve Downes' voice, apparently. Well, that's because he can't do that voice. I didn't expect that the guy that was doing the voice in the TV show was going to sound like Master Chief. But...
No, because they've had another Halo show where they had Master Chief, and he also didn't
sound like me. Yes, yeah.
Yeah, like thanks for again. This is one of these things. Is like, why are you guys telling us this?
It's probably this is a cover thing because
Master Chief.
Someone's going to tune in. They're going to be like, I saw the trailer and it didn't sound like Master Chief.
Yeah.
So unless you pre-warn people, they're going to be disappointed. Then they're going to be disappointed.
So did they not want to pay the The
Well,
royalties to use
well-
his voice.
I thought that they
Is
were
this going to make it
It's
like a
a
shitty
different
game,
actor,
like a
like-
shitty movie?
It's an actor. It's-
No, and I believe he's going to be out of the suit at some points during this.
yeah, oh, yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
So he has to have his
Can you imagine
actual voice.
Mandalorian like that?
Oh yeah, yeah. Like if Pedro Pascal never had to show his face, he could have been anyone. Pedro Pascal didn't even have to be in the suit. He could just been at home the whole time, being like, "Oh, come with me."
Yeah, can you imagine they hire that guy? Like, we're gonna get another actor to do your voice.
Mm.
What? Why the fuck am I here?
Yeah.
Tell that to what's his
You're
name? Now
really
I'm drawing
good
a blank
mind.
on his name. The guy that played Darth Vader
Phasma?
for real. No.
Oh no, Captain Phasma was like that too. Like,
yeah.
why am I in this movie? I never took
Yes.
the helmet off.
Yes. Yep. Yep.
This is so stupid.
mhm.
So,
So yeah, but this is to take care of the Gen Zers who are going to be all pissed that he doesn't sound right. So they've pre-set up why it's okay. So David Prost, that's Darth Vader, but James Earl Jones voice. End of story. All right. Do we have any more stories? We got.
This, the
have a lot,
Arizona
don't we?
bill aims to make Apple, Google allow third-party payment systems on mobile. This just follows up with the controversy that's been going on over the last 6-8 months, where they're trying to bypass the Google Store and the Apple Store to not have to pay the 30% royalty fee back to them. Looks like Arizona's stepping in and trying to allow these people to make these payments. So
what does that third party mean? Is that like crypto?
No, that's like
no, it's so you can buy it like on
directly
you can buy it
from-
through their store instead of buying it through Apple's, so Apple doesn't get their percentage basically.
Oh,
This was the whole problem with Epic Games stuff and Fortnite.
So
So
where
there-
Fortnite was selling, you could buy it on their Fortnite website and get the items in game on whatever platform you play. And Google and Apple got pissed because they weren't getting their 30%.
I don't think this bill is going to go through. I think that people in
I don't think it
Arizona
is either.
will no longer be able to play these games. Is what I think is going to be the side effect of this. So I think it's a non-story, but it's interesting that someone thought that they could force this in the courts. So, all right.
All right, I'm just gonna call this the last story
Yeah,
so we can get it done because we're pushing the time and the other stories are just kind of whatever
Nah.
that's left. Let's see. Orlando's Super Nintendo World reported won't open until 2025. We're glad we're at least getting the Super Nintendo World here instead of just where was it, Japan? Where was
Yep.
it?
Yep.
England? Where was the other one? That I think they just let it. I think our next month they're letting people actually go into it. So
yeah, now we're just seeing drones go through. Yep.
yeah. So this. I mean, it's still pretty far away, but I'm excited we're getting something like this. To be honest with you, it's going to be cool. It'll be cool if we get some more stories in the future on some more looks of it. It's not really going to, I'm sure everything now is all based on imagery that they're saying it is, but it's
Well,
not actually that. So
there was a YouTube channel out there that was out for a while where they had friends and family that were able to go into the park in Japan.
yeah.
And the waiting line stuff was a lot better than the actual rides. The rides are shit.
Mm.
The rides are like those on the rail old time cars at your amusement park type rides. It seems.
So it's a small world everywhere.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
the waiting queues are fucking phenomenal. The artwork, the objects that they have in the waiting lines and stuff like that are
nobody
really
likes
fucking
waiting
cool.
in fucking line, man.
No.
I
But it's
want to hear
almost
that
like-
there's no lines.
That's why they say that the
Appointment
best
based.
time to go to Disney or Universal or any of those places right now, even though it's still COVIDville, is right now because they're down to 25% capacity or something like that. So like there's barely any people there and you can get on rides quickly. So-
Do you need a fast pass or a fastest pass?
yeah.
Fuck.
I don't know.
Faster than light pass. $300.
Well, they got to do even
Well,
though
I'm
they
sure-
launched this, they need to do something enough to make it worthwhile because like it's going to be for most people it might be a one and done type thing and most people won't care about it. It's just,
See, I'm going to say the controversial thing. I think that theme park prices need to keep going up, and they need to really accelerate. That's
Why?
because that's how you
There's too many
you
people in the
thwart
parks.
crowds. Yes, You price
but then-
people out of it, and then it becomes something you can actually go to.
It sounds
Derek
very
doesn't like
elitist.
people, just to let you guys know.
But
so
there's a reason
he
why
hates
Disney
everything.
charges more and more every year. They're trying to do this themselves, but they're just not doing it at the rate they need to keep the parks so that, you know.
Derek hates people. Everybody else
No,
does
they've
because
actually.
of inflation.
This is actually
There's-
in their annual statements. They say that the problems and the things the problems people have with the park, they're trying to deal with by slowing overcrowding by raising prices. That's what they're doing. Like,
Yeah, but then you raise the price, and I don't want to go at all now because now it's just stupid.
Well, that's that's
$200
why they
for
don't
a
jump
day?
it
Like,
up.
what the hell?
You have
That's why
to
it doesn't
find
jump
that
in one
fine
year.
line,
Yeah, they gotta slowly make those increases over years. It's a long con. You
But that's
can't
what I
just-
mean. Like the amusement park place up here that I used to go to all the time.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to go to anymore because it's like $150
Mhm.
for something I've already done. Like I don't like you're not enticing me to go back. You
Okay,
keep trying to keep me out.
Yeah, and that's what they're literally trying to do. They're trying.
I know
to
it just
set-
seems like a bad business model.
But
Like,
yeah,
wanna make
but
sure you
for
don't come back.
For Disney, it's not going to happen. People are going to still be
people will pay
people.
what
I
it
know
costs.
people that literally used to go every freaking year. Okay, tons of people would go to Disney everywhere. That's what their vacation was. Would go to Disney. I'm like, there's other places in the world, and even the United States to go. They're just as fun.
Disney's
That's where
the
they would go.
happiest place on earth.
But so,
Yeah.
so,
So,
they're-
no matter how they rate it or price it, people are still going to go.
Yeah.
It's still going to be
and
packed.
that's why their model works. Like, so hit your model is, you said 150 priced you out. Back when it was 75, you would probably go. So at 75, let's say twice as many people go. Now you crank it up to 150, and half as many people go. They make the same money, probably more because they need less staff to deal with less people in the park, and everybody has a better experience. It seems
don't know
like
how
a
you can
dick
keep
move,
that up,
but
though.
because eventually Disney's going to be like $400 or $500 a day a ticket, and it's going to price out the Joe Six Pack, but they're still going to make their money because they have enough people that are willing to pay that, and those people are willing to pay it because they know their experience is better than when the place was full of fucking Joe Six Packs. Like, I don't know what to tell you. It's just
No, it's definitely. I'm sure they have a whole department, if not,
that's doing these graphs every day.
Doing these graphics every day, trying to figure out how much they can nickel and dime that price up each year to.
to keep
You know,
attendance
you're still buying
down
the
and
$7
keep profits
drink
the same.
and-
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
it's a science. I'm sure that
Yeah. Oh,
it
it's
sucks. It sucks for the average Joe Sixpack that wants to enjoy it, but I understand where they're maximizing profits for
Well, they're not-
minimizing costs. So
and they're also maximizing enjoyment. Like,
Yeah.
if they let everyone in that and they didn't raise prices, people wouldn't want to go if you spent your whole day and you did 3 rides. Like, and that's what it amounts to. Like, go to fucking Star Wars Land and go do those 3 rides, and that's your whole day. That's fucked up. So price it
Yeah,
up.
but that means you'd buy more passes, more days, more time at the park, spend more money. You want to keep people there longer.
Yeah, but they also have to know that part of the money that people are paying is not to them. It's for hotels and stuff. Like, not everybody stays on park like we do. Like, some people go stay at some shithole down the road.
I don't know why you wouldn't stay on park. First of all, because you get better rates that way,
And you get more hours in the park. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, you do,
Yeah.
and it's quicker to get to the park too.
Yeah.
So
You hop on a monorail, they shut you over in a bus, whatever, and you're there.
Yeah.
You get your extra magic hours. I don't know when this became the Disney podcast, but we are really going balls deep on Disney right now. I'm going to try to pull us back because we're in a rabbit hole here, and I'm going to save us. And that's why Disney is awesome.
yeah,
All right.
include our Disney podcast. Still got Disney.
All right. Well, that'll wrap up the news for this week. If any of stories you want us to talk about next week, give us a call, 773-527-2961, or email us at podcast@toolplay.com. You can also comment on this episode's thread in the Tools Play homepage. And sponsors, if we had them, we'd pimp them. We don't right now, but we will. And, this is when you can get yourself showcased on this show. So if you have something that you want to sell, Give us a call, 773-527-2961. Email us at podcast@toolplay.com. You tell us what you're selling. We'll tell you what you're going to pay us. We'll sell it. You pay us. Boom. Done. Twitter us up. You can find everything Tool to Play related is at twitter.com/Tool to Play. Everything podcast related is at twitter.com/still_got_game. You can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/Tool to Play. We're also on YouTube, youtube.com/Tool to Play is where you can find all of our archive video content. It's episodes of this show. It's Tiff's immature interviews. It's Hits Quick Hits. It's Thick and Thin featuring with LB and Duty featuring i6 Hitman. It's Selden's Dick Cam. It's every bit of content we have ever put out is archived out there on our YouTube channel. So go to youtube.com/toolplay and subscribe and have access to the full archives. It's like having Disney Plus, HBO Max, and Discovery Plus all at once. You have all of that content on demand whenever you want it. It doesn't even cost you anything because it's YouTube. So
that's true. That is true.
Yeah, it's a deal in and of itself. Please rate and review the podcast in iTunes. Go there, give us 5 stars, and just if you have a couple extra seconds, write something nice. Say why you like the show and why other people should go. We also learned that we're on Amazon Podcast a month ago. Go there and do the same thing if they allow that. None of us have really figured out how this works on Amazon. But we're there and we do our show there, so give us something nice if they let you give something nice. And Selden's the only person with an Android. All right.
And there it is.
And our number one fan, Blue Steel.
Yeah. It's the geriatric phone of choice. All right. And on that, we also have a Twitch channel, twitch.tv/still_got_game. That's where we broadcast live each week here, along with some other places. So if you don't follow us on Twitch, please go there and follow us. We have a Discord channel, tooltoplay.com/SGG Discord. That's tooltoplay.com/S as in still, G as in got, G as in game, Discord. You can go there and join us in our Discord, chat with us all day long, and some of us talk more than others. Selden will answer literally everything you say. You have to add them, and even then, sometimes you have to add them twice.
No, you don't. I've been in there. People added me, and I was in there.
All right, Jan's turning over a new leaf. Yep. I guess you just can't add them with hosts. No,
I don't answer you guys. It's just the true people,
just fans,
the real
okay.
people.
Yes,
the important people.
So yes, join us in Discord and chat with us all day long, and even Tiff will talk to you sometimes. So she may not be on the show at the moment, but she's huge in our Discord. She's always answering everybody that @s Electrify. So definitely go there and @ her if you have questions or concerns, or you think that we need more female representation on the show. So just saying. All right. Well, I guess before we finish up tonight, you have anything you want to pimp besides your Canadian Game Awards or anything else?
Yeah, follow me on Twitter and YouTube at i6hitman. I also stream on Twitch, i6_hitman. For a lot of Warzone and Sea of Thieves, if that's what you like. And yeah, follow the Canadian Game Awards if you're interested in see what Canadian content has been nominated. Yeah, that's about it.
All right, Selden, what do you got?
I don't got much. You can follow me anywhere on social media at Selden007, but I'm going to try to stream a little bit, try to get some games in this week. Over on my Twitch channel, but other than that, I don't got much else going on.
All right. Yeah.
I would just say donate to any cancer society that you know of. Right. That would be my pimp out for tonight.
All right. Well,
that's a nice one.
Yeah.
It's a good one. I can get behind that one.
Yeah, and I can too.
All right. Well, for me, you can find me Twitter.com/Derek Nolan, Facebook.com/Derek Nolan, Instagram.com/official Derek Nolan, official_ Derek Nolan, YouTube.com/RealDSmooth, Twitch.tv/Derek Nolan.
Fansonly.com/Derek Nolan.
Yes. I got all the things, but also, I'll throw bones out to a bunch of different places today. Juvenile Diabetes Foundation, I'm going to go with American Cancer Society.
Yep.
I'm going to go with, I still always have to go with the Restaurant Employee Relief Fund. Not all of us are as fortunate as some of us during the pandemic. Not everybody has their job still. Not everybody is living their best life.
Spending $50 billion on game consoles.
Yeah. Not everyone's spending the $50 billion on game consoles, and those people are, a lot of them are the people that we loved back in the day when we would go to restaurants. So, just support these people. Look for a local charity in your neighborhood. Look for something you can support. But, and we got Red Nose Day coming up. That's another good one to support. I can't say enough.
It looks lost on the Red Nose Day thing.
It's another. No, he's just generally that's his look. So, but yeah, as you go through the year, just what I found was good for me in 2020, and I'll pitch this to all of you too. Is when you see something on TV or you see something where someone is pitching something legit that they need money to help someone, just every once in a while, instead of thinking of yourself, think of someone else and text their number and have them charge your fucking phone, or they make it very easy to give, and just take time out of your life and give to someone else instead of always thinking about yourself. So that's all.
And that's not always money too. Sometimes time could be a great asset to that as well.
Okay, I'd rather give the money, Jan. Thanks. Yeah, my time, I don't have people. Time. No, I just don't have time. So there's nothing wrong with giving money either. So, all right. Well, before we finish up tonight, I remind you all that you can join us each and every Monday night live at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific at youtube.com/tooltoplay, facebook.com/tooltoplay, and twitch.tv/still_got_game. And on that, why don't we wrap this episode up? I am Derek D. Smooth Nolan.
I am Roger Hitman Roken.
I am Chris Selden, 007 Selden.
I'm James John Dag Yount. Oof.
Keep an eye out on those Canadian Game Awards.